Hey guys, welcome to Mossolonian Musings, the update today for May the 6th, 2020. And I have with me Pastor Gary.
Yay.
And Pastor the Lloydmeister. Some people want to call us PI and PY. I just don't like that at all, because having body functions like P in your initials is humiliating, because I've been BM my whole life. So let's just get real. Okay, I don't even like that. I'm not even going to talk about it, but I did throw that out there to see if anybody watches this, because now you'll comment. So, okay, with that, we do want to share with you some updates of things that are going on that you need to know. And thankfully, as the pandemic seems to be winding down, there's fewer things for us to talk about. I'm sure by now you've heard the roadmap to reopening. As we are recording this, Governor Hogan is giving a live update, so we'll have to see when we get off of here what he said, but I suspect he's just continuing to give us the markers and the stages that he's already shared with us, the 4 markers that have all been met, which is the PPEs, the surge capacity, the testing, and the contact tracing teams in place for states to open, and he's talked about that already, and the 3 stages. Stage 1, which would have very little impact to Oak Ridge at all. Stage 2, which allows us to begin having small gatherings, and we would, for us, we would open up things like small groups. Yay! So that we can start meeting again. And then finally, stage 3, church services. But what we don't know is in large group gatherings, if he will actually create stages for that, whether it'll move from, like 50 to 250 to about, I don't even know, because he hasn't shared that yet. But we'll just take it a stage at a time as he shares with us, and we'll be sure and give you the updates to let you know what you can do. But speaking of updates, we do have an exciting service this weekend. So Pastor Brian, talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Mother's Day is this weekend, and we're excited to be able to honor and celebrate moms. And as we talked about before in this past Sunday, we want to honor your mom, whether they're with you or not. And we would like to get your picture of your mom so that we can celebrate them. And if you would send those pics, if you haven't done it yet, many of you have. Thank you so much. We've got so many great pictures of moms and families together, and that's so cool because we're doing this really, really cool thing Sunday, so you got to make sure you're there Sunday. If you can send us your pics, you have till the end of tonight, till 9 o'clock tonight, okay? Because we need time to be able to get together and produce what we're going to do, which is going to be awesome. But send those pics to pics@orbc.net, P-I-C-S @orbc.net, and get them to us tonight so that you can see your mom, because we want to honor them. And that's going to just be a great, great service. Speaking of moms, why don't you invite your mom to this service online to join us, and so that she can be part of this and celebrate and just hear a really encouraging, affirming message from Pastor Brian with a I this Sunday. And hey, listen, if maybe your mom's not with you now, and or maybe your mom wasn't in your life, but maybe you know of a really good mom, or maybe there was a mother figure that was in your life. Again, you could send that picture, but also invite them to this service so they could be encouraged as well. Cheryl Bush, who leads our family ministry, has done a really cool video to help us dads be able to do something for our moms this weekend. And if you go to the Oak Ridge Kids Facebook page, you'll be able to see the video that Cheryl's posted, so that, dads, we look good, okay? So make sure you go there. That way you've got something fun to do with your kids. You can have some good bonding time with them, and then you can make something cool for your mom. So that's kind of what we've got for this Sunday, Pastor Brian.
That's really cool. So I just want to encourage you to invite some folks, because this is going to be a powerful service. And I just know that you're going to love it. You're going to want to make sure that you pack some Kleenexes and some tissues in the living room, because there's going to be some really cool moments that you can really celebrate together. And then this weekend, I'm going to talk about a very special message about everything I ever needed to know I learned from Mom. And so what are some of the powerful lessons? And you've been sharing it on our Facebook post, some of the lessons that Mom has taught you. And so you're helping me create this message. And I think you'll be surprised at some of the things that we're going to share, some outcomes that Mom taught us. And I'm especially excited to share with you some personal stories of things that my mother did to help me with that. And so she knew that I was going to need all the help I could get in this world. And I know a lot of folks are actually struggling in this season.
Yeah.
And so I just want to remind folks that we have a lot of resources. Pastor Brian, talk to us about the resources available for folks in this season while we're still in a shutdown. What can they do for some of the areas of mental wellness and well-being?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, people are struggling emotionally, and we wanted to make sure that everyone who needed the opportunity to get help has that. So first, Solutions is still available for counseling. If you need to meet with someone, don't try to do this on your own. And you can reach out to Solutions. Go to our website at orbc.net and select the counseling tab, and you'll see where you can connect with them, and they'd be more than willing to meet with you. Another thing that you can do is go to their Facebook page as well. They're doing 2 videos that are just focused on mental health and well-being and your self-care. They do those on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I was checking out the one from yesterday, and it was so good. So take a look at that as well. And again, our heart is to just provide resources for you to help you and your well-being during this time. The other thing that we have is Celebrate Recovery. Just don't forget Celebrate Recovery, which is our adult recovery ministry, and The Landing, which is our student recovery ministry, as meeting through Zoom on Friday nights at 7 p.m. If you go to our website at orbc.net, you can see, if you select on this recovery tab, you'll see the Zoom links are there. And that's at 7 p.m. on Friday nights. And again, if you've got a hurt habit or hang up, this is the place you want to go. There's people like me and you that have hurts, habits, and hang-ups, really everybody, because everybody's got a hurt habit and hang up. But some of those things have been emphasized and brought to the surface even more. And that's a great opportunity for you to engage with some people. Again, our heart is for you not to do any of this alone. So these are just resources to help you. And all of this is located on our website. So check that out, get connected, and do life together with somebody else.
I recently published a blog about depression, and that got a lot of traction. A lot of you shared that. I encourage you. Somebody said, that's the longest blog I've ever read in my life. Well, I agree with you. It was long. It was based on the life of Elijah and looking at how God used the different tools to help him in a season of struggle, because Christians are not immune. We still struggle. And in that blog, I mentioned one of the top ways that we kind of get ourselves out of a funk is that we get our focus off of ourselves. So we begin to think about, hey, yes, I'm feeling this way, but you know what? I don't live by my feelings. I live by my faith. So what can I actually do to love and help somebody in this season? And so Pastor Gary, talk to us a little bit about the ways that we can get out of ourselves in this season and serve some other folks.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff going on. We're continuing our partnership with the Salvation Army. It looks like it's falling into this pattern that on Thursdays, they're sending a good number of us to help deliver food to folks who are shut in, who are elderly, or their immune system is compromised, or they're just in a food insecure scenario. We've asked for people with pickup trucks to show up so they could help load them up and take them to the different apartment complexes where they can then be delivered. So that's been really cool going on. We're partnered with Mardella, sending 3 people over there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to help distribute the food from the school lunches that need to get out to folks. And then for Halo, we every Thursday, we package 80 bagged lunches and 80 bagged breakfasts, and we deliver those so that they can take care of those meals while the folks can't go in and sit in the cafe anymore right now through this time. They are able to hand a bagged lunch out a window to help people get some food who wouldn't get it any other way. And so we're providing a whole day's worth of breakfast and a whole day's worth of lunches for them. And we just have 2 or 3 to 4 people show up, go into the ridge and assembly line, make that thing. It's a one-person social distance assembly line. I don't know if you can picture that in your head, but it's pretty cool. They make 80 bag lunches and they drive them over, and Halo comes out and takes the bag lunches out of their cars, and then they move on. So it's pretty cool, pretty safe and secure, and done in a well thought out way. Of course, we have the website orbc.net/give help. If you go, there's lots of other ideas of things you can do on your own, like sewing face masks and bringing them by and donating them to the hospital. Another idea is the folks at John B. Parsons Assisted Living Facility. You can post your kids doing an awesome thing, like singing a song or showing a magic trick or anything you think is cool. You can post that to their Facebook page, and then they can show that to their residents, and they'll just think that's the cutest thing ever, and it'll brighten their day. So you can do that there. If you just go to the how to give and receive help, and then you click that, and then it'll take you over to the Give Help page. You've got a couple other ideas there. Yep, right there on the hand as you click that, and boom. Of course, we have our list that's been there the whole time. 10 ways to love your neighbor. Check that one out, and that will give you ideas of things you can do personally in your neighborhood. So lots of good ideas there. And of course, this is the same spot where you can find that form to sign up to be on our food delivery, boxing, and distribution team. You can get all that right there on that website. And then if you have your own ideas and those things that you're doing yourself, and you want to share that with others so we can be encouraged to do our own thing, just go to the Peace Planet Oak Ridge Facebook group and post your ideas and the things that you're pursuing there. That will encourage us to get out, and you guys are going to think of a lot of ideas that I'm not going to be able to think of, and you're going to be equipped and able to do a lot of things that I'm not equipped and able to do. So there's no reason for you to wait for me and the church to get on board. Why don't you just go do your thing? It'll be amazing, and God will use you in exciting ways. So go ahead and check that out. Check out the Facebook group, post your ideas there, share pictures of what you're doing, and that'll just be encouraging to us all. Of course, we also have the care callers who are still going strong, reaching out to over 100 people within our church who are in a more at-risk scenario, and talking with them each week. Can't sing those guys' praises enough. They are just doing a phenomenal job. Calling them, going over and visiting them, helping them make sure they get connected to a service if they don't have a good way of getting connected to the service. If they have a needs, I mean, we know they've been dropping stamps off so that they could continue to mail their friends. Just lots of neat things like that. And so love our care callers, and so grateful for that team.
So speaking of care, one of the ways that we know that you can show love and care to us is by filling out a weekly Connect card. That is so important to us because it is our communication mechanism. One of the problems with pastors all over the country that I'm talking with, that pastors are struggling with right now in feeling depression and loneliness, is that we're used to being connected to you. We thrive on knowing that God has put us in your life to love on you and to pray for you. And so when we don't know what's going on, we go crazy. we need to hear from you. So I just encourage you to please, I know it's a hassle, but do me a favor, fill out a Connect card, just say, Pastor Brian, I'm doing fine. Pastor Brian, I'm doing fine. And if you just tell me, let us know that you're out there, because we just want to make sure that you're doing okay and that we love you guys and miss you guys. Also, the Give One Day, huge success. Do me a favor, don't tell anybody, okay? But in your own life and group, if you know somebody who maybe has really been impacted by Corona, and you know that they're taking a financial hit, maybe they've lost their job and they've mentioned that they don't know how they're going to pay their bills or pay their utilities, and they're in a way, would you let us know? Let Pastor Brian Lloyd know, because all the venue pastors are connected still, and they want to be able to minister in this time in a very real and tangible way. That's the calling of God into the church. We want to be the body. We want to be the hands and feet of Jesus. So if you know something that we need to know and you wonder, do they know? We probably don't know. So let us know so we can minister and love on some folks in this season. And then finally, just letting you know that we're also continuing our local loop. We're going to scale that back. When we started, we were doing a lot per week, and we're going to scale a little bit back, but we've got a lot of good local loop sessions coming up. Brian, talk a little bit about what you see coming up.
Yeah, we're always trying to engage with people in our community to help have good local loop episodes and keep you in the loop. We've got a couple delegates for Wacomico County and Sussex County coming up, which are going to be good because they're going to probably talk about this reopening and what they're working on to try to make that happen. And we also have got Scott Elliott coming up from Solutions, which I'm looking for, and he's going to really drill down a little farther on mental health and self-care. And so we've got some good things coming up, and that are going to be working with you. We've got two local business owners that are coming up, two restaurant owners who have been their business has completely changed during this, so I'm looking forward to having them as well. And so we've got some good episodes coming up, so make sure you stay tuned on Mondays at 5 o'clock so you can take a look at those.
And how do I find out about these episodes? You got to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And when you do, you'll get notified and let you know that there's a brand new episode. And so check that out. And you can always go to the playlist for the local loop or Mossolonian Musings, catch any previous episode. And we want you to stay in the loop, because you're not in a group, you're not in the loop. So we want you to be in a group. We want you to be in the loop. We want you to stay up to date. And also, we want you to know how much we love you. We miss you, and we're praying for you guys. Until then, I'll see you this Sunday. Trust me, I'm going to look through that camera, and you better be in there and hopefully have some clothes on. But, whatever. How are you working? All right. We want to see you this Sunday. We love you guys. Peace out.